Hey everyone, welcome back to Cyber Tutor, where we make cybersecurity concepts simple and clear for students. But before we dive in, we've got some exciting news. We just launched our very own iOS security app called OneScan. It's a one-time scannable QR code generator, meaning once it's scanned, it can't be scanned again. Perfect for secure sharing and a great tool to help you as cybersecurity students. And the best part? It's available on the Apple Store right now for just 99 pence. So if you want to strengthen your security toolkit, go check it out and make it yours today. You'll definitely need this as you grow in cybersecurity. All right, now let's jump into today's topic, software-defined networking, or SDN, and why it's so important in cybersecurity. What is SDN? Traditionally, networks are controlled by hardware like switches and routers. Each device has its own control plane, meaning it decides how to forward traffic individually. Software-defined networking changes that. SDN separates the control plane, the brain of the network, from the data plane, the part that moves packets. Instead of every device deciding for itself, SDN puts the brain in a central controller, which tells all the devices what to do. In simple terms, traditional networking equals each device thinks for itself. SDN equals one smart controller manages the whole network. How does SDN work? SDN is built on three main layers. Application layer, where apps request network services like bandwidth or security policies. Control layer, the SDN controller, acting as the brain, deciding how traffic should flow. Infrastructure layer, the actual switches, routers, and devices forwarding traffic based on the controller's instructions. The communication between these layers is usually handled by an open standard called OpenFlow. Impact on security. So why does SDN matter for cybersecurity? Because security is no longer tied to rigid hardware. It becomes dynamic, flexible, and programmable. Here's how SDN improves security. Centralized control. Security policies can be applied across the entire network instantly from one place. Micro-segmentation. Instead of broad subnets, SDN allows fine-grained segmentation, isolating even specific workloads or applications. Rapid response. If an attack is detected, the SDN controller can reroute or block malicious traffic in real time. Visibility. SDN gives security teams a bird's-eye view of all traffic, making it easier to detect anomalies and intrusions. Automation. Threat detection tools can integrate with SDN to automatically enforce defenses, like shutting down compromised connections. Cybersecurity example. Let's say your company is under a DDoS attack. In a traditional network, you'd have to manually configure firewalls and routers, which takes time. But in an SDN environment, the controller can immediately reroute suspicious traffic, isolate the attack, and keep your critical services running. That's the power of centralized, programmable security. Why cybersecurity students need to know SDN. As a future cybersecurity professional, SDN is something you'll definitely encounter, especially in cloud and enterprise environments. You need to understand SDN because it helps you design adaptive and secure networks, implement dynamic security policies, work with modern tools like firewalls, SIEMs, and intrusion detection systems that integrate with SDN controllers. Respond faster to cyber threats through automation and centralization. In other words, SDN is not just about making networks smarter, it's about making them more secure and resilient against modern cyber attacks. Final thoughts. So remember, SDN separates the control plane and data plane. Centralized controllers manage the whole network. And for cybersecurity, SDN means better visibility, faster response, and stronger defenses. It's a key concept to master if you want to succeed in modern cybersecurity. Thanks for watching this episode of our Network Fundamentals series. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to CyberTutor, and share this with your classmates. And don't forget, we've uploaded a resource page on our CyberTutor website with cheat sheets and extra notes about SDN and other networking concepts to help you study smarter. See you in the next video.